I'm John Matthews, Executive Director of Law Enforcement Initiatives at the National Law Enforcement Memorial and Museum. As many of you know, our mission at the memorial is to honor the fallen. But what you may not know are all of our efforts to keep names off of the wall. And we do that through our Destination Zero and Officer Safety and Wellness programs. Unfortunately, all too many of our peers have had their lives cut short by health-related issues. So here, as part of our Destination Zero program, we recognize the need for officers to stay both physically fit and mentally resilient. At Destination Zero, and in partnership with our sponsor, 511 Tactical, we've compiled a series of videos that demonstrate how law enforcement agencies across the nation are motivating their officers to stay physically and emotionally healthy. So each morning during Police Week, we're highlighting various programs ranging from physical fitness to yoga and meditation to mindfulness to keep officers physically and mentally resilient. So now I invite you to wake up, work out, and get healthy.
I am Karina, and we are coming to you from Washington, D.C. at the National Law Enforcement Museum. So this will be a 15 to 20 minute gentle stretch just to really help you get into your body, wind down a little bit, or maybe you're starting your day. But we'll keep it very slow and gentle and focused on the breath so that you're feeling nice and calm and grounded by the end of this session. So we're just going to start standing. Wherever you are, you can stand so that your feet are about hip distance apart. And you can let your arms just rest comfortably by your sides and even rock your weight forward and back a little bit. So you're coming onto the balls of your feet and then back onto your heels and just really getting a sense of balance so that eventually you can stand nice and tall and grounded from the sole of both feet. And just a soft little bend in the knees so that your legs are soft but activated, and then lifting up through the front body. So there's a gentle lift through the rib cage, all the way up into the space of the chest, the sternum, up through the back of the neck, and out through the crown of the head. So taking a few breaths here, inhaling to roll the shoulders up to the ears, feeling the lift out of the waist and the side body as you exhale, circle the shoulders back. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale, shoulders rise, lifting out of the waist, lengthening the side body. As you exhale, circle the shoulders back, letting the tips of the shoulder blades soften into the back body. 1 more time, full breath in. Exhale, release the shoulders, release the breath. This time on the inhale, sweep the arms up. So arms open up by your side, lift through your fingertips, lengthen all the way out. On the exhale, bend the elbows and feel like you're drawing back through your chest and your shoulders. So you're lifting your chest here slightly, and then sweep the arms all the way down. Inhale, arms sweep up. Reaching and lifting and lengthening out. On the exhale, draw the elbows back, open the chest, relax the shoulders. Good, 1 more time. Inhale to reach up. This time on the exhale, open the mouth, release the breath, let it all go. Good. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. This time on the exhale, I'm going to turn so you can see. We'll fold forward, reaching through the fingers. Bend the knees as much as you need here, coming all the way down. And then on your inhale, slide your hands up your shins to rest your hands right below your knees. Stay here and let your breath deepen, drawing the shoulders back. Lengthening out through the belly. Gently reaching the space of the heart forward. Really grounding through the soles of your feet, feeling that solid foundation, soles connecting down. Legs are strong. Take one more full breath in here. Then on the exhale, slowly fold and release. So you can bend your legs as much as you need, maybe even creating a shelf for your belly and chest to rest on your thighs. Letting your arms either hang heavy, or if it's comfortable, you can hold onto opposite elbows, sway side to side. And just drop into a natural breath. Letting the back body begin to release, feeling some length and tractioning through the spine as you release the weight of your head. Really letting go of the weight in the shoulders. Take one more breath in here. And on the exhale, release the arms, release the breath. Walk your hands out and lower your knees so that you find a tabletop position. So here the palms are going to be planted right underneath the shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And as you press into the palms, feel a lift all the way up the arms and into the space of the chest. Gently peel your shoulders back. Let the crown of your head reach forward so there's lots of space and room around your neck. And then let your feet be nice and soft, tops of your feet resting on your floor or your mat. And if you have sensitive knees, feel free to place some cushioning perhaps underneath your knees if that feels better for you. So from here, on your inhale, you'll let the belly release. Your hips will lift up towards the ceiling. Gently roll the shoulders back and lift the sternum forward. On your exhale, press into your hands, so you're pressing down, beginning to lift through the back body, so opening the space between the shoulder blades. Drop your head again, chin releases towards your chest. On your inhale, let the belly begin to soften and release. Hips will lift, shoulders draw back. You can gaze forward or up, and just following your natural breath. So on the exhale, pressing into the hands, rounding through the back body, beginning to open the back of the rib cage. And then inhale, belly softens, shoulders draw back, gaze forward. And just go a few times with your own breath at your own pace. Beginning to invite a little more movement along the spine. If you feel any places in the body that feel tight or stuck, feel free to linger there and breathe, inviting a sense of opening, a sense of softening wherever it's needed. And then releasing to a neutral spine, so the crown of the head is reaching forward, the hips are reaching back. Gently roll the shoulders away from your ears. Take a breath in, and then on the exhale, drop your hips back towards your heels. So you may not be able to go all the way down, just go as far as feels comfortable, and you can take your knees nice and wide. And we'll just pulse forward and back a few times. So inhaling to release, coming forward and up. On the exhale, sinking the hips back towards the heels. And then inhale, slowly gathering back up. As you exhale, dropping the hips back towards the heels. And you'll feel some opening and lengthening through the waist. As you move forward and back, we often hold so much tension and stress in our hips. So this is a great way to kind of soften any of that tension or tightness, the holding patterns in the body. Good. And then on your next exhale, let your hips settle towards your heels as much as feels good. And fold your arms so that you can rest your forehead on the back of your arms. And gently rock your body side to side. Rolling out the neck a little bit. Coming back to center, take a nice, slow, deep breath into your belly. On the exhale, open the mouth, releasing all the breath out. And then slowly coming back into tabletop, finding all fours, taking your time, letting yourself realign with a nice long neutral spine. And on your next inhale, you'll reach the right leg back. So the hips can stay parallel to the mat and just circle out the right ankle a few times in both directions. And then bend the right knee and take some circles through the right hip in both directions. Just exploring the space, breathing naturally. Finding what feels good, letting your body receive a sense of opening. Then on your next breath in, reach the right leg long again. On the exhale, you'll gather the knee up through the midline, placing the foot between your hands, and feel free to use your hands as a little extra support to bring the foot forward if that's better. And then pressing into the right foot on your inhale, sweep the arms up, lift on the breath. On the exhale, close the palms together and let the hands trace the midline. So stay here. If this feels like a nice stretch for you and your hips, wherever you are, you can stay there. Otherwise, you might want to bring a little pulse into this shape. So you begin to open up through the front of the left thigh, the front of the left hip, just a little bit more. And if it feels more comfortable and more stable, you can bring your hands to rest on the top of your right thigh. Just relax your shoulders, keeping space and length all the way down from the neck. Just a natural breath. Take one more breath in here. On the exhale, bring your left hand down to the floor to the inside of the right foot. Inhale, reach the right fingers up to the sky. Just taking a very gentle twist. You can roll out the right wrist. Wiggle the fingers. And if you press the palm of your hand down, you might find you get a little more rotation through the rib cage and the belly to help lift and lengthen that much more all the way to the tips of the right fingers. Take one more big breath in here. Maybe peel open just a little bit more. Then on the exhale, bring the right hand down to the mat or the floor. Step the right knee back to meet the left. Take a breath in to release the belly, lift the hips, draw the shoulders back, open up the chest, the throat. As you exhale, press to the earth, lift through the back of the heart, so the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, soften the belly one more time, peel the shoulders back. Exhale, rounding out. And then come back to a neutral spine. This time on your next breath in, reach the left leg long behind you. Circle out the left ankle a few times in both directions. And then bend the left knee, take some circles from the left hip. Circling out in both directions, and if you encounter any places that feel tight, feel free to stay in that place and to breathe a little deeper. Whatever you find you need, whatever feels good. And then on your next breath in, reach the left leg long, extending all the way back from the hip to the toes. As you exhale, find that rounding through the back body to gather the knee forward and then place the foot between your hands. Taking your time, finding stability. On your next breath in, let the arms sweep up, lift and lengthen, pressing into the left foot. As you exhale, bring the palms together, resting right in front of your heart. Relax your shoulders, settle into a natural breath. You can stay here, or maybe inviting a little pulse, moving the hips forward and back. Maybe beginning to access the front of the right hip, the front of the right thigh, just a little bit more. Placing your hands anywhere on the left leg if that feels more stable for you. Just taking your time. Good. Come through one more time. And then bring the right hand down to the floor inside of the left foot. On your next breath in, let the left fingers sweep up to the sky. So your gaze can follow, lifting up to the fingertips. If that's too much for your neck, just adjust to any place that feels good for you. Circling out the left wrist a few times. And pressing the palm of the right hand down to help find that spiral through the belly and the rib cage, really opening up across the chest, across the shoulders. Stay relaxed through the neck. Take one more full breath in. On the exhale, slowly release the left hand down. Step the left knee back to meet the right. And this time we'll draw the hips all the way back and swing the legs around in front. So you'll find just a comfortable seat on your floor or your mat. With your knees turned up towards the sky, the feet are planted flat on your mat. Place your hands behind your hips with your fingers turning towards your heels. And gently rock out, rolling side to side, releasing your hips. So this is another area where we can hold a lot of tension and tightness, especially if we're seated for long periods during the day. This is a great way to self-massage. Good. And then we'll come all the way down onto our back. So take your time, and you can support yourself with your hands, bringing your hands over your shins or at the back of your legs to slowly peel down one bone at a time. And once your shoulders are comfortably resting on your mat, bring your knees in towards your belly to give them a gentle squeeze, releasing and then drawing them in a few times, helping to soften the space across the low back, the sacrum. And then stretching your feet up towards the ceiling. Let your hands rest somewhere on the back of your legs. Point and flex your feet. So letting your hips be nice and heavy, so there's a sense of releasing the breath down the backs of the legs. the whole back body, the length of the spine is grounding. And then hug your knees in towards your belly again. Give them one more little squeeze. Let your hands come by your side. Palms are flat on the floor. Bring the right foot down to the mat and cross the left ankle over the right knee. Just take a couple breaths here. If it feels good, you can use your left hand to gently press the left knee away. That'll bring a little more stretch, a little more opening into the left hip, the left thigh. Just take a couple more breaths wherever you are. One more full breath in. As you exhale, open the mouth, let it all go. And switching sides, so the left foot comes down to the floor. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Just working here, beginning to deepen your breath. And if you feel like using your right hand, just gently intending the right knee away from your body, deepening the stretch, finding an edge. Take one more slow, deep breath in. On the exhale, open the mouth, all the breath out. And release the sole of the right foot down. Walk your feet a little wider than hip distance and fold your knees in towards each other so your legs are supporting themselves. There's very little effort in the body. Take a breath in, reaching the arms overhead, lengthening out through the waist, the rib cage, the side body. And then exhale to release the arms, bringing your fingertips right to the center of your brow and sweeping out towards your temples a few times. Releasing any tension or tightness in your forehead. You can circle your fingers at your temples a few times. Massaging out your jaw. And then interlace your fingers behind the back of your head. Just gently pick up your head. Lengthen out the back of the neck, tractioning out the back of the neck so there's lots of space from your shoulders to the base of your skull. And then slowly release the weight of your head back down. Let your arms come to rest by your side. Let your legs lengthen out. Nice and long. You can let your eyelids close, and we'll just take a few moments of nice, soft, deep breathing. Releasing the weight of your bones and letting all your muscles begin to soften. Letting the weight of your shoulders relax. Feeling the breath, filling the spaces between your ribs. Noticing the lift of the breath as it comes to fill the space of the heart. So each breath is renewing, rejuvenating to the inner body, soothing to the nervous system. Taking this moment to really be present with what you're feeling, what you're receiving. Letting anything you may no longer need, anything you're ready to release, just evaporate on the exhale. Take one more long, slow, deep breath into the belly, letting the breath rise all the way to the tips of your collarbones. On your exhale, open the mouth, sigh the breath out. And then beginning to invite some movement in your fingers and toes. Maybe stretching the arms overhead. Rolling to one of your sides, taking a moment to pause. And using the floor as support beneath your hands and arms, gently lifting yourself up into a seat, taking your time. And bringing both hands to rest over the space of your heart, closing your eyes. Taking a moment to honor this time you gave to yourself. Perhaps setting an intention for the rest of your day or your evening, whenever you might be practicing. And taking one more slow, deep breath into your belly, into your heart. And your exhale, open the mouth, let it all go. So thank you so much for sharing your time and your practice. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for joining us today for our Wake Up, Workout, and Get Healthy program sponsored by 511 Tactical. It's important for us at the National Law Enforcement Memorial to keep names off the wall, and we'll continue to work with our Destination Zero program and officer safety and wellness initiatives to keep officers physically fit and mentally resilient. Thank you.